Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to officially welcome you to another Mikey Live program. My name is Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean. It is my pleasure to be back with you for another day, another night, whatever time of the day it is in your area. Folks, there are so many things that we need to tell you about. Boy, you've been all monitoring what was taking place on Capitol Hill. Of course, the President of the United States of America encouraged his supporters to head on down, and so they did just that. Interrupted what was taking place there in terms of the process of certifying the 2020 general elections. Well, that was chaos, never seen before. It was chaos in the highest degree, in the highest office of the land, or one of the highest offices of the land. Of course, we're going to talk about that in a moment. And let's come home. Let's talk about what Michael Baptiste is saying. He's a former leader of the opposition, and he is saying that there was no sale of GRENLEC, there was no agreement or so. What happened was the government had to satisfy a court judgment, and in breach, persons were going to get in trouble, and so they had no choice but to fulfill the expectation of the court. We're going to talk about that. And the Ministry of Education outlined plans for engagement of students. All right. We are also expecting severe weather as the Met Office put out a bulletin in that regard. SVG, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, their situation has amplified in terms of the COVID-19. 16 new COVID-19 cases confirmed, 11 locals and 5 imported. We also hear that there are law enforcement officers among those infected. So we have all that and more to tell you about on tonight's Mikey Live program. I plan not to keep you too long, of course, as I know that there's a lot of interest in what is going on in the United States of America. We understand that you cannot split yourself, so of course we're going to try to be as brief as possible. There's going to be an interview with the Prime Minister tomorrow, God's willing, to which our newsroom has been invited, and of course we will be making an appearance there, and we'll be speaking to Grenada's Prime Minister, asking a few questions on your behalf. You can send us your questions via our social media page in the message section for the Prime Minister. Folks, we're taking our first break, and when we return, we're going to have real news in Oli Lili Lolo. We got to remind you that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of the Ministry of Health, of course, the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Digicel, Nawasa, Real Value IG Supermarket, the Housing Authority of Grenada, Nawasa Licks Detergent. All right, so folks, when we come back, it could be real news. Take all the time. We coming back.
Hey man. Well man, that's you making us that trip. Why doing all this more?
Things tight since COVID, you know. And Christmas coming, the toys to build, my house and my car to repair, the wife go and chill with and what you want me to do?
I'm expecting to go all out with more.
Well, what you want me to do?
Why don't go down my communal? You don't have to pay them until January. They have 20,000 in giving away, and the interest rate low.
And listen to me, I try them orders and them people look good. Who they want them on?
Well, watch. Like you have more than your heirs. Choose your loan at communal, giving you the money for what you want to do. It's a loan for you.
You know what? I'll get them a little try.
Listen. Where you going on this mode? You don't need it. Leave the mud, man. When you go down there, the rate's low. Low.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform. Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah?
Boy, line boy, your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Feel good facts.
Avoid the most common causes of spreading the flu. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue, dispose of it straight away, and either wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. NAWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
If your whites aren't looking whiter and brighter,
Just give them licks.
if your clothes isn't feeling soft and smelling fresh and scented all day,
Give them licks.
if your dishwashing liquid doesn't smell like lemon, protects your hands with vitamin E, and gets rid of that stubborn grease,
Just give them licks.
just now. So that old smell, stain, grease mark, and dust still on your floor,
Power. Licks for them.
if your toilet still has those stains and dirt marks,
Licks.
so the color's fading and the stains still in your clothes, huh?
Licks. Licks. Licks.
Your product's giving you licks.
Then choose licks from Walker Enterprises. Also available at all leading supermarkets.
All right, family members, we would like to say again, welcome to another Mikey Live program. As we get into tonight's news, the House just resumed their business, and of course, Mike Pence just spoke and said that democracy will win, freedom will win. He spoke against what just happened. There seemed to be some sort of tension between him and his president. Today, the president said, you know, it's going to be a bad thing if Mike Pence doesn't come through for us. I don't know what that meant. But it's almost like he threw Mike Pence under the bus, understanding that it is really out of Mike Pence's hands to do anything about the result of the elections. But anyway, when the time comes around, we'll talk about that. Now let's get into what's making the news here. The Ministry of Tourism and the Grenada Tourism Authority expressed, they say, sadness. Sadness over news of the passing of the tourism business icon, Gordon Butch Stewart, or JCD, Honorable LLD. Stewart, the chairman and founding director of Sandals International Resorts Limited, has been a beacon of inspiration, they say, in the Caribbean, creating a brand that has stood tall in the international market for decades. Now, the late chairman evolved his love for sales and business into a passion that created the world-renowned all-inclusive Sandals hotel chain, and his determination saw its quick expansion throughout the Caribbean, including Grenada. The partnership between Sandals and the government of Grenada has enhanced Grenada's tourism profile by adding significant quality room stock to the destination and training. Now, development and empowerment as well. The hundreds of Grenadians who have benefited from such. The Sandals Foundation has also made significant contributions to Grenadian society through funding for social programs. Now, speaking of Mr. Stewart's impact, Minister for Tourism, Civil Aviation, Climate Resilience and the Environment, Honorable Dr. Clarice Modeste Cohen said, and I quote, "Gordon Butch Stewart was visionary, and his memory will serve to inspire future Caribbean generations in breaking barriers and committing to excellence," unquote. Now, the Ministry of Tourism and the Grenada Tourism Authority, the GTA, extend condolence, they say, to the family and friends of the late Gordon Butch Stewart, and they say, may his soul rest in peace. We are moving on. Olio, the Ministry of Education, Human Resource Development and Religious Affairs, they are saying that commencing Monday, January 11, 2021, schools must ensure that there is adherence to a 6-foot physical distancing protocol for all on-site engagement, in keeping with the determination of the Ministry of Health. Now, that's following the announcement that school was going to be reopened. Now, plans for student engagement are as follows. Week 2, commencing January 11th, 2021, on-site face-to-face instruction for all exit grades for all schools. Virtual instructional packages for students in all other grades. Also on-site for schools with a very small population and space for adherence to the 6-foot physical distancing protocol. Week 3, commencing January 18th, 2021. Implement school-specific plans which cater for daily on-site face-to-face classes for all exit grades. Maximum possible time on-site for all other grades as space allows, the minimum 1 day per grade level. Principals or teachers in charge will work with the district education officer or early childhood education officers and school managers to upgrade the school-specific plans, which must be approved by the chief education officer. These plans will require approval by the chief education officer to inform implementation. The information that we just gave to you, they say, is subject to change based on new developments relating to the COVID-19. All right, so although it seems very calm right now, we are expecting severe weather a little bit later on tonight. Now, we've received the correspondence from the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, and so NADMA is in receipt, they say, of a severe weather advisory issued by the Meteorological Office at the Morris Bishop International Airport on Wednesday morning. Now, the bulletin states that the significant weather feature as a low-level trough system that is moving westward towards the southern windwards and Lesser Antilles. Now, the forecast is significantly supported by weather models consistently suggesting that the axis of this system should traverse the island on Wednesday night into Thursday morning. The system is forecast to bring increased cloudiness, light to heavy showers, periods of rain, and a medium chance of thunder showers on Wednesday and Thursday, respectively. Now, the prevailing conditions is expected to induce the potential impact of street flooding or flash flooding in low-lying areas and a 60% chance of small-scale landslides in vulnerable areas. NADMA, together with the Met Office, encouraged the general public to be vigilant, they say. Motorists are also urged to be extra cautious when driving along wet roads and pedestrians, you're also encouraged to exercise due care and attention. The ADMA through the Meteorological Office will continue to monitor the system and provide timely updates. By the time we leave tonight's program, or before we do, we should be having a little update for you on the weather. All right, we are moving on. Folks, former opposition leader boy, Baptiste, he's speaking out on the GRENLEC issue. He says that the government did not buy back the shares in GRENLEC, nor was it a sale. He said what happened was the government of Grenada satisfied a court judgment, he says.
Well, it is with a sense of outrage as I listen to the lies and the misleading statements that's been pushed down the throats of the Grenadian people on this GRENLEC issue. The government is telling the Grenadian people that this was a sale, that they repurchased the shares. That in itself is a total lie. The government went to Parliament, passed a law demanding GRENLEC to give them 5% of their pre-tax profit. GRENLEC refused to do so. WRB refused to comply with that law. They took the matter to the court. The court came down with a heavy hammer against the people of Grenada. They awarded WRB $65 million. WRB lawyers, $8.9 million. And of course, the government will have to pay their lawyers an equal amount. So we're looking at 50 million EC dollars, approximately, that was spent by this government before the courts. The courts hammered Grenada. The courts were saying to Dr. Mitchell, and this case had serious implications because it meant that had the government succeed in this case against the tribunal, SGU would be in danger, Kenco would be in danger, Digicel would be in danger, Flow would be in danger. This is never a sale. What the government did was to satisfy a court judgment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Baptiste. And the former opposition leader says that the then Finance Minister, Dr. Keith Mitchell, gave up the portfolio to Gregory Bowen to avoid getting into trouble.
WRB lawyers gave the government an ultimatum. They gave them December 31st, 2020 to pay that money. WRB lawyers was about to hold the Minister of Finance, Dr. Mitchell, in contempt of court. And here's what he did. He ran out of the building as if the building was on fire. And he passed it on to Gregory Bowen because he recognized that once he stepped foot on the United States territory, that judgment was going to be enforced. How could we swallow what the government is telling you and saying it's a sale when they haven't yet to show us a repurchase agreement? The government poisoned the atmosphere, so there were no negotiations. A sale, my fellow Grenadians, is an agreement between two parties. Look at the release WRB put out. It says a settlement agreement. The word settlement agreement here, those two words are pregnant. It substitutes the words by the order of the court.
Thank you very much, Michael Baptiste. All right. Okay, and so we're moving on. One citizen is expressing concerns over trucks that are putting on too much load. We were sent this footage by someone who said that they are a concerned citizen When this image was captured, we are not sure, but it hints that it was recently, where you can see that a truck on the Kiani James Boulevard. Okay, you know what? I don't even know how to explain this. But they say that that should not be allowed to happen on the nation's... Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. On the nation's road. Now, let me get serious. No, this is serious. This is serious. Yep, so they were saying whether it was... probably it was not meant to happen like this, but obviously you see the hazard involved here. And so they are asking the authorities to ensure that persons who are putting load on their trucks and so on are doing so within the expectation of the law. All right, okay. Ay, ay, ay. Whoa. Maybe it slipped out a little bit. You know, it was probably more uniformed on the truck. And then, you know, after taking a corner or something, I don't know. But, yo, that is some serious business right there. So we do not know whose truck it is, or we do not know all of that. All we are saying is that we're giving of course, the concerned citizen a voice on this matter. All right? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, okay. Hold on, partner. Hold on. Hold him. All right. So, at least we did not hear of any accidents or so. So, at least we can say thank God for that. All right. We do not know who the original videographer is, but it was good that they can get that captured. All right. So, we are moving on. Audio. St. Vincent and the Grenadines boy on Wednesday, according to reports from the Searchlight, confirmed 16 new COVID-19 cases. 5 of the cases were recorded in non-national adult travelers, while the other 11 cases are adult Vincentians who do not have a travel history. Yikes. A release from the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, said the 5 non-national adult travelers arrived from the United States and the United Kingdom between December 26th and January 3rd with negative PCR tests. Subsequent testing during the quarantine period revealed a positive PCR results. These travelers remain isolated until clearance or cleared by 2 negative results. The other cases are 11 adult Vincentians without a recent travel history have tested positive for COVID-19, bringing the total number of local cases to 28. 10 of the local cases can be linked to the previously identified positive cases. The 11th is being investigated. Contact tracing, linking, and the testing related to all of these local cases are ongoing, the release said, right? Persons with flu-like symptoms such as sore throat and fever and cough and so on, they are asking you to go to the direct or the district flu clinics for testing and care. All right, and that's the information that we got from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Right, all you. So in the United States, riot on Capitol Hill, one of the most sacred places that you could ever be when you're in the United States, like the safe haven, where the country's business is taking place, was breached by an angry mob who are also Trump protesters. Now, earlier in the day, Trump held a rally in close proximity of Capitol Hill and instructed his supporters to head on down to Capitol Hill. And so they did. They were able to break glass. In fact, before that, they were able to breach police security and started breaking glasses and getting into the building. So much so that one person was shot and killed. It was a woman. Her identity is not yet given. But it was not a pretty sight at all. Now, the President Trump allowed it all to happen, and then later with, I don't know, like a script, said to the supporters to back off now. By that time, it was way too late. In fact, it wasn't a genuine call for them to cease their activities. And so it costed them a lot. The United States, the land of the free and brave, is now being questioned by the world. You have Donald Trump asking his vice president to do something, or else it's going to be a bad thing. Of course, there's nothing he could have done. Donald Trump's Twitter account has been blocked for 12 hours and some of his tweets deleted. In fact, Twitter is in the process of deciding whether or not they will be giving back Donald Trump his Twitter account. The chief of staff, Donald Trump's chief of staff, has tendered their resignation. That's how bad things has gone. All right. A top GOP congresswoman says that Trump is abusing the trust of the American people. Yes. And it's a lot that's going on there. And anyway, they are proceeding with the country's business. Despite all of that, they're saying that that democracy will prevail. All right. According to Mike Pence, those who wreaked havoc in our capital today, you did not win. Former President Barack Obama says today's events were incited by a sitting president. And the DC Attorney General is calling on Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment to remove Trump. A lot has happened within the past 6 hours, and let's see what would result from today's events. It's just crazy. Folks, we told you about a little boy who was shot in his eye in St. Lucia. You remember that little boy that was shot in his eye and he lost his eye? Well, we have an update on that for you. There might just be a glimmer of hope, for him. He may not get back his eye, but the bullet is still lodged in his head.
Atta Henry, mother of Yan Henry, spoke to News Force in November. She explained that the bullet that robbed her son of vision in his left eye in October 2020 was still lodged in his head. An appointment was scheduled to meet with Martinican health officials over the festive season to assess the situation and possibly remove the projectile. Now, the mother says, the French doctors grappled with the perilous procedure to remove the bullet.
We went up to Martinique on the 4th of December, but when we saw the doctor on the 11th, he told us that where the bullet is, he could remove it, but it's a risk going in there. So he rather leave it and let the child live his life. In the future, if it's going to affect him, he's going to go there. But for now, let him live his life.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, as the resolute mother describes her son's ongoing battle to settle back into a normal life. She says that fateful day on October 7th, 2020 has changed her family's life forever.
Yan is a strong little boy, like I was saying. He have his days, he'll be real frustrated, and days he'll be good. But when you see Yan frustrated, everybody frustrated. Because Yan passing on everybody. And to hear, like I was tempted to hear your son saying he had 2 eyes, now you have 1. He have a bullet in his head, and especially hearing he say that never happened to my father, and right now I have a bullet in my head. My father never got shot, but right now I have a bullet in my head. And it's just not Yan alone. All my children have been affected. Because right now I give Yan all the attention, and like I give my other children less. So all the children feeling it too.
All hope is not lost for the Henry family, as the mother explains that one potential lifeline has been extended to her son for possible international medical intervention.
A man from Canada called me and tell me like he want to help me further if he want to see maybe if Canada can take out the bullet, but he told me he was going to call me again, but I don't hear from him yet, so I'm just waiting. Oh, and I want to tell people continue praying for Yan because the prayer is working.
St. Lucia's ongoing battle with gun violence continues. A resounding call from family members of individuals lost or maimed as a result of gun violence echoes as they advocate for stiffer penalties for firearm offences. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.
And I know I just said Donald Trump's chief of staff. I meant Melania's chief of staff. Yes. All right. Small one get around trouble. All right. So, folks, and yes, so that's it right there. At least there's a glimmer of hope there. And, Jella, oh, you saying hi? Hi. And he's teething, so when he teeths, he puts his hands in his mouth. Check your hands in your mouth now and say hi. Say hi. Hi. Say hi, everyone. Anyway. And the last thing that we have to tell you before we take our break is that police have been called to the Barbados Hilton Hotel, one of the designated... Okay, go ahead. Good. Right. One of the designated quarantine facilities after there were reports of visitors breaching quarantine. Imagine that, you know. So they said that the visitors were moving around in areas where they should not have been, when they should have been confined to their rooms pending their test results. And so, yes. And so the police was called in, and so they were to do their investigation on that. All right, and so, yep, folks, what I want to do next is take a quick break, get this little man under control, and then we're going to have for you the national report, and of course we have an update on the weather for you. For those of you who have not yet done so, we'd like to encourage you to please go ahead and share the business. Folks, we will be back very shortly.
Hey man. Well man, that's you making us that trip. Why doing all this more?
Things tight since COVID, you know. And Christmas coming, the toys to build, my house and my car to repair, the wife go and chill with and what you want me to do?
I'm expected to do all that with mother.
But what you want me to do?
Why don't go down my communal? You don't have to pay them until January. They have 20,000 in giving away, and the interest rate low.
And listen to me, I try them orders and them people good. Who they want them on?
Well, watch, like you have more than your heirs. Choose your loan at communal, giving you the money for what you want to do. It's a loan for you.
You know what? I'll get them a little try.
Listen, where you going on this mode? Don't need it. Leave the mud, man. When you go down there, the rate's low. Low.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Feel good facts. Avoid the most common causes of spreading the flu. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue, dispose of it straight away, and either wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
It's showtime at Quartz. Shop today and save up to 30% off on selected Whirlpool cooker. Plus, get a chance to win amazing weekly prizes with purchases of $299 and over. So don't delay. Get what you need now and pay absolutely nothing until 2021.
Showtime. We got it. Just what you need. Yeah, Quartz got it.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
And it is now time for the National Report.
Ministry of Education announces phased approach for all students from Monday, January 11th. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. Welcome back. With the details to the news for Wednesday, January 6th, 2021, I am Sherry-Ann Noel. The Ministry of Education says a phased approach will be adopted for the return of students to the classroom from Monday, January 11th. On Wednesday, the ministry outlined its plans for the safe return of students to primary and secondary institutions, which includes adherence to a 6-foot social distancing protocol, wearing of masks, and sanitization of classrooms and visitors where necessary. Chief Education Officer Mrs. Angela Finlay told the GIS that commencing Monday, January 11th, priority will be given to all students preparing for CXC and CPEA examinations in May and June. However, schools with a small population can submit a proposal to the ministry for approval to implement a full return of all students.
We were advised to adopt a phased approach to the return of students. Knowing the extent to which preparation for exams plays out with being important, it was felt that for all levels, getting back the students that are in that most critical age group, meaning the exit groups, and that's from preschool all the way up to secondary school. The decision was taken to have the exit grade for each level return to school as of Monday the 11th. However, we are also aware that there are other schools with very small numbers, the entire population. In some cases, the population of some of the smaller schools would be eclipsed by a single grade level within another school. So when we are saying entire grades for some of the bigger schools, we realize that some of the smaller schools, the total population would be of the same amount.
She explained that during the week of January 18th, each school will implement its school-specific plan, which will cater to a blended learning approach.
In that mix, no student should be home without face-to-face or on-site engagement. So if it is at least 1 day per week, we expect that the school-specific plan would make that possible for every child to be in school for at least 1 day per week. Ideally, we would like them to be there for at least 3 days per week, because we are thinking about success, which in our part of the world goes with a 50% pass rate. And it's sort of foolhardy to think that we can have a child go to school for 20% of it a week and and that it would be possible for them to have a 50% curriculum coverage. We are also asking teachers in this week to try and see whatever ways they can strategize, however, where more than 20% is not possible, to ensure remote contact, paper-based contact with students to allow them to be at least up to the 50% mark with content coverage.
The Ministry of Education advises that the outline for the return of students to the classroom is subject to change based on new developments relating to COVID-19. Moving along, the Government Information Service, GIS, will broadcast a live interview with Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honourable Keith Mitchell on Thursday, January 7, 2021 at 9 a.m. During the interview, the Honourable Prime Minister will reflect on 2020, look ahead to 2021 and respond to various questions. The interview will be broadcast on Channel 22 as well as the GIS Facebook page and YouTube channel. It will also be brought live by several other stations and social media platforms. Forecasters at the Met Office at the Morris Bishop International Airport say the impact of a low-level trough that is moving westward towards the southern Windward and Lesser Antilles could be experienced during the night on Wednesday. The prevailing condition is expected to induce the potential impact of street flooding or flash flooding in low-lying areas, and there's 60% chance of small-scale landslide in vulnerable areas.
The trough that we've expected to pass through has weakened significantly based on the current model runs that we've analyzed. However, we do expect that during the early afternoon we can see the increasing cloudiness still taking place, with the showers and a possibility of thunderstorm, but it's not as significant as we first expected, a significant improvement. However, during the evening time, we've seen that the conditions should improve, and later on tonight into early morning is when we expect another deterioration in the weather. We expect then time that we can see an increase in cloudiness, and the possibility of thunderstorm increases overnight.
NADMA and the Met Office are encouraging the public to be vigilant. Motorists are urged to be extra cautious when driving on wet roads, and pedestrians are encouraged to exercise due care and attention. NADMA, through the Meteorological Office, will continue to monitor the system and provide timely updates. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
Are you gonna wear your mask today? You see everywhere you go, there are rules you got to follow, so don't you say COVID-19 will delay. Take the opportunity to save your community. Don't be that guy, put a mask on your face if you're heading outside. It's your life, my life, more lives will be taken if we don't try. If you feel any symptoms, call the hotline. Stay inside until you feel fine. 6 feet away every day. Keep COVID-19 far from work. Keep Grenada safe. Be COVID-19 smart.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Education will contract additional cleaners and monitors for the reopening of schools on Monday, January 11th. That's according to Chief Education Officer Mrs. Angela Finlay. She says it is critical that the compound is kept clean to protect the staff and students of the various institutions. Following the forced closure of schools in March, the Ministry of Education contracted several cleaners and monitors in September 2020, in addition to supplying cleaning agents and solutions.
Additional cleaners as well as monitors are being contracted once more to serve once students are back on the plant. So from next week, we expect additional cleaners and monitors to be on site to give that extra boost to sanitizing and monitoring movements and so forth.
Mrs. Finlay is confident that once there is compliance, the protocols implemented in the last school year will help to keep students safe.
What we had in place was a protocol which spoke to 6 feet distancing in the classroom and 12 feet when students are operating without masks. And when operating without masks is a necessity when it comes to meal times. So outside of meal times, you do expect all students to be masked, all teachers to be masked, except where the medical experts would say that this child needs a break or this teacher needs a break or they need to stand 12 feet away. But generally, we expect there to be compliance with the wearing of masks.
And finally in the news, the Royal Grenada Police Force continues in the spirit of giving by making donations that will help to bring a smile to the face of many. The RGPF has been distributing basic necessities to children and adults in various communities. Officer Cordina Douglas McLean, who is attached to the Community Relations Department, spoke to the initiative.
Today we have received a number of items. We receive items such as children diapers, pampers, adult pampers, and some gently used toys. They were received from Mr. Ken Simon, a very generous gentleman who usually partners with the RGPF. He made this contribution to us, and in turn we're going to donate it to members of the community. Now, the pampers would be donated to needy families within our communities, the children pampers and also the adult pampers. For the adult pampers, we're going to target some of the persons that the roving caregivers under the desk of the elderly, the people that they take care of. We're going to target these people in various communities and distribute the adult pampers to them. This is just one of the many initiatives that the RGPF has conducted throughout the Yuletide season. And we are very, very grateful to all who would have contributed towards the organization to ensuring that we were able to give back to our community in the various means and ways that we did.
And with that story, we come to the end of the National Report for Wednesday, January 6th, 2021. Now for a recap of the top story. Ministry of Education announces phased approach for all students from Monday, January 11th. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I'm Sherry Ann Noel, thanking you for viewing.
Thank you very much, Sherry and Noel and the rest of the team there. And of course, you can expect more National Report on our next program, which will be tomorrow, God's willing. What am I doing? I am actually picking up for you right now the latest weather. The information is coming from the Met Office. And of course, we told you that we were going to be able to give you a final update just before we leave tonight's program. And here we do have that update for you. In fact, I am just preparing that for you. So let's see what the Met Office is saying about tonight's weather. All right, let's just pull up. We would like to pull up an image on the screen for you to have a glimpse of what it is that we are talking about here. Okay, so here we go. All right, you should be able to see latest satellite imagery on your screen right now. And let's see what it says here. It says here that, oh boy, small man, they should share me glasses, you know what I mean? So I can't see properly. Okay, so the trough system weakened after impacting Barbados, causing significant flooding over there. Most of the convection activity associated with this trough system revealed by this latest satellite imagery that is on your screen has diminished. However, with guidance from various weather models, Cloudy conditions with light to moderate showers and possible thunder is expected tonight. As a result, there is a low chance of flash flooding and landslides in areas so prone. Additionally, should conditions remain favorable, cloudy to overcast conditions with light to moderate showers and possible thunder is possible tomorrow, with a medium chance of flash flood and landslides in areas so prone. All right, so that's the latest information that we have as it relates to that that system. All right, this afternoon somebody said, Mikey, I hear a hurricane coming. I'm like, huh? Where you get that from? You understand? Anyway, so with specific reference to tonight's weather, you can expect cloudy conditions with light to moderate showers and possible thunder. Now, the winds are northerly to easterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour, gusting higher with showers. The warning, a low chance of flash flood and landslides in areas so prone. There's also a marine advisory in effect. Seas moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. In terms of the minimum temperature expected for tonight, check it out, 22.5 degrees Celsius. So that's even lower than the previous temperatures that we've announced on the program. So 22.5 degrees Celsius by Grenadian standard. Again, that is cold. So folks, that's it for us for tonight. We will join you each other again tomorrow, God's willing. We will be on that panel tomorrow, God's willing, to interview the Prime Minister. So we invite you to tune into that. It will be live on our page as well from 9 a.m. Until such time, God bless you and your family. Oh, no, I can't go yet, make your dada. You know what I mean? No, we can't just go like that. We must pick up a few people on the program. Okay, so let's see if we can pick up a few people on the program. So we have Noreen, we have Zaka, we have Rolanda, we have Shemaine, we have Lisa. We want to say thank you to you guys. And we have Vicky, we have my mom, we have Lintana, we have Patsy. All right, Patsy, blessings to you as well. And Irma, Zaka, blessings to you and your family. Suzette and Shireen, blessings to you and your family. Angel, always on the program, blessings to you. Joyous, always on the program, blessings to you. Brenda and Sherry and Jeffrey, blessings to you as well, all right? Cassie, Spice Girl, Atalia, Suzette, go and sleep now so that you can wake up for the interview, okay? Yvonne, Javar, Richard, Della, Osric, Samantha, and everyone else, thank you for watching, and may God richly bless you and your family. All right, guys, take care. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja. No. Take care all. God bless you.